Malaysia, you know I love you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know I gets right to the point. Are you mad at me? Do you feel that I did something like to make Jennifer say the dumb she said? Let's just keep it 100.
I mean, like, I'm not mad at you because I know who you are.
Right.
And I know that, like, you do force the issue, but I wish you wouldn't have. Because, like...
I honestly don't even know where to begin with this story because it's one of the most shocking things I've ever seen play out in real time. Imagine this. You've been married for over 2 decades. The man you've stood beside through every storm, the man you built your brand and public image around, the man you believed would never betray you, suddenly it comes out that he isn't just flirting, he isn't just sneaking behind your back, but he's actually legally married to your so-called best friend. Not a fling, not a rumor, not some screenshots that can be denied, an actual marriage. Papers signed, vows exchanged, rings given, and you knew nothing about it. That's exactly what exploded in Jackie Christie's life. And let me tell you, this isn't your average reality television drama. This isn't a storyline cooked up for ratings. This is betrayal at the deepest level, the kind of betrayal that feels like a crime. And for me personally, it hits harder than anything we've seen on screen in a long time.
Wait, whoa. You're not coming around us anymore?
Definitely not coming around that group of people.
You mean permanent?
Permanently.
Oh my God.
I just don't care to be around people that giving me like bad vibes. It's like...
Jackie didn't just hear about it privately. She had a complete emotional breakdown live on television when she found out that her husband, Doug Christie, was legally married to Malaysia Pargo. Imagine the humiliation. Millions of people watching, cameras rolling, and your world collapsing in front of strangers. Now, let's pause for a moment and go back, because if we're honest, the signs were always there. People whispered, people joked, but most of us didn't want to believe it. During a reunion taping back in 2018, Malaysia made a comment that people laughed off at the time. She said with a smirk, "Don't look at me if Doug goes missing." The room laughed. Jackie laughed. Even the audience didn't think twice about it. But looking back now, that so-called joke feels chilling. Fans are pulling that clip up today and saying, this was a warning in plain sight. And honestly, they're right. Sometimes the truth is sitting right in front of us, disguised as humor. Jackie, bless her, either didn't see it or chose to ignore it. And who could blame her? When you are emotionally, financially, and publicly tied to someone, you want to believe they would never betray you like that. But here's the truth. Ignoring red flags doesn't make them disappear. They don't vanish, they grow. And when the truth finally comes out, it doesn't just tap you on the shoulder, it knocks you flat. When everything unraveled, it unraveled completely. Jackie went live on air with no lashes, no makeup, no styled hair, none of the polished image we're used to seeing from the basketball wives. It wasn't the glamorous Jackie. It was the raw, broken, human Jackie. Her face was flushed, her hands were trembling, and her voice cracked with every word. And let me be clear, this wasn't staged. This wasn't a TV moment cooked up for ratings. That was a woman whose entire foundation had been ripped from under her. And behind the cameras, things got even worse. Word spread quickly that medical teams were called to Jackie's Beverly Hills home after the live broadcast. People said she collapsed, not from drama, not for attention, but because her body literally gave out from dehydration and stress. Reports said she was under medical care for nearly 2 days. It wasn't just her mind that broke, it was her body too. That's how deep the betrayal went. But then came the bombshell, the piece of paper that sent the entire internet into chaos, a legal marriage certificate. Not a rumor, not gossip, a real government-issued document with stamps, signatures, and dates. And the names on it? Malaysia Pargo and Douglas Christie. 6 months ago in Reno, Nevada, Doug Christie stood in a courthouse and married Malaysia Pargo without Jackie having the slightest idea. And before anyone could dismiss it as fake, the document itself was posted online. County seals, clerk signatures, official records. This wasn't a blog post or a photoshopped screenshot. It came straight from the government system that tracks marriages. There was no way to deny it. When that receipt surfaced, the internet went wild. I'll be honest, if I hadn't seen it myself, I probably wouldn't have believed it either. But once the paperwork was out, there was no turning back. And how did Malaysia respond? Or rather, how did she not respond? She didn't deny anything. She didn't clear the air. She didn't apologize. She simply posted a black screen on her Instagram story with the words, "You shouldn't trust her." No context, no explanation, no comments allowed. Just a cryptic statement. And that silence screamed louder than words. To some, it felt like guilt. To others, it felt like power. It didn't read like someone caught off guard. It read like someone who was ready for this moment. The reaction online split the fans. Half of the people were outraged and heartbroken for Jackie. They said this wasn't just a betrayal. This was a robbery. Malaysia didn't just take a man. She took Jackie's peace, her reputation, and the brand she spent years building. The other half of fans speculated that this was no accident at all. They said this was calculated, that Malaysia had been positioning herself for years and Jackie just didn't want to see it. And honestly, the more you look back, the more it feels like people were right all along. But things didn't stop there. What really made everything explode were the leaks. Footage that never made it to air on Basketball Wives started surfacing online. Clips cut by producers suddenly showed up on fan pages. And what they revealed made everything worse. One clip showed Doug and Malaysia at a charity gala. The cameras caught them whispering, leaning close, and at one point, Doug's hand slipped under the table to hold Malaysia's. That footage never aired. Fans started asking why. Why did producers protect them? What else did they cut out? And then, the nail in the coffin, the voicemail. Doug's own voice, tired and heavy, confessing everything to Malaysia. "I don't know how much longer I can live like this. I love Jackie, but you are my peace. With you, I feel human. Just hold on. I'll take care of it." That wasn't the voice of a man having a fling. That was a man planning a future. The voicemail spread like wildfire. And here's the painful part. Sources close to Jackie said she heard it at the same time we did. Imagine learning your marriage is over, not from your husband, not from your friend, but from strangers reposting a voicemail. That was the moment Jackie shut everything down. She locked her gates, turned off her Wi-Fi, disconnected her cameras, and from a private account, she posted one chilling message. "What I fought for was all a lie." But if you thought it ended there, you're wrong. Because that night, Jackie's daughter, Chantel, broke her silence. If you know Jackie, you know Chantel has always been private, loyal, and protective. She doesn't chase fame. She doesn't stir drama. But when she went live on Instagram, it sent shockwaves. "My mom has been protecting Doug for years," she said, "even when he didn't deserve it. She ignored messages, jokes, and little lies. But this, with Malaysia, this is family. That's a whole new level." And then Chantel dropped the real bomb. She hinted that this wasn't just about love or betrayal. It was about money. She said there were financial secrets, deals behind closed doors, and shady transfers that her mom refused to see. She even admitted she warned her mother not to trust Malaysia, but Jackie chose to believe her anyway. That live video lit a fire. Suddenly, fans weren't just talking about cheating. They were talking about fraud, finances, and contracts. And soon after, the law stepped in. A subpoena landed in Jackie's lap. Not as a victim, not even as a defendant, but as a key witness in a federal fraud investigation tied to Doug and his secret marriage. And here's where things get serious. If Doug legally married Malaysia while still married to Jackie, that isn't just betrayal, that's bigamy. And bigamy is a crime. We're talking real charges, courtrooms, judges, not just gossip blogs. While the legal system started circling, Malaysia vanished. Her Instagram account disappeared. No new posts, no comments, no sign of life. Even her close friends claimed they hadn't heard from her. Doug finally broke his silence, but his words only made things worse. He released a cold, dry statement. Some details are being misrepresented. I will speak when the time is right. That was it. No denial, no compassion, just a vague warning. And fans weren't having it. 2 wives, voicemails, secret weddings, and you're asking people to wait until the time is right? The silence only made the flames burn hotter. Meanwhile, Jackie decided she wasn't going to roll over. Within 24 hours of the video leaks, her lawyers filed for divorce, citing emotional abuse, intentional deceit, and psychological manipulation. But Jackie didn't stop with Doug. She also filed a lawsuit against Malaysia for intentional infliction of emotional distress. And if that wasn't enough, she targeted the Basketball Wives franchise itself. Her legal team claimed they had everything: voicemails, screenshots, production notes, timelines, and even emails suggesting the producers knew something was going on but kept filming for ratings. If that's true, VH1 could find themselves in court alongside Doug and Malaysia. And just when Jackie was falling apart, Malaysia was preparing to cash in. She had a book nearly finished, a reality spin-off in production, and the tagline ready to go: "Not every queen shares her throne." The first episode was reportedly all about her relationship with Doug, their truth, their journey. But when the leaks hit the internet, marriage records, wedding photos, hotel kisses, the whole project collapsed. Publishers dropped her, producers pulled back, the show was iced. Jackie, meanwhile, disappeared from the public eye. Sources said she retreated to a private healing center. No cameras, no media, just therapy, lawyers, and silence. Her mansion doubled its security. Her team stopped answering calls. The only thing fans bought was one final message posted on a black screen: "A broken heart can't be healed by a crown." That line hit everyone differently. It wasn't just about losing a man. Jackie lost the life she built, the trust she defended, and the brand she carried on her back. Now, here we are. The dust hasn't settled. The streets are buzzing. And the truth is, this story isn't over. Far from it. So here's the question. Do you believe Malaysia planned this from the very beginning? Did Doug live a double life for years right under Jackie's nose? Or is there a twist we haven't seen yet? Because if this was only chapter 1, the next chapter is going to shake everything we thought we knew. This story isn't over, and the truth is still unfolding. Do you think Malaysia planned this all along? Or was Doug living a double life? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned, because the next chapter will be even wilder.